Everyone blames their phone. Too many notifications, too many apps, too much screen time. So you try the usual: digital detox, focus apps, turning your screen grayscale. But even with your phone off, something still feels off. You sit down to work and nothing flows. You're tired, distracted, sluggish. You open the tab and then just stare. What if I told you the real problem wasn't in your hand, but in your head? Because there's a silent killer of productivity that barely gets talked about. It hides in plain sight, and it quietly drains your focus, your energy, and your drive. It's not your phone, it's mental residue. Let me explain. Mental residue is invisible work your brain can't let go of. Ever been in a conversation but you're still thinking about the email you forgot to send? Trying to relax but your mind keeps looping on what someone said earlier? Starting a new task but your brain is still chewing on the last one? That's residue. It's leftover mental noise from tasks you didn't fully finish, thoughts you didn't close, tensions you didn't resolve. And it's eating your focus alive. Your brain is not a computer. It doesn't switch cleanly. You think you're multitasking, but really your brain is just rapid fire switching between open loops. It's like trying to have a deep conversation while someone's tapping you on the shoulder every 5 seconds. That tapping, that's the residue from the unfinished, unprocessed stuff you carry around all day. And guess what? Phones make it worse, but they didn't cause it. They just amplify what was already there. Here's how mental residue kills your productivity. It slows your processing speed. You're still thinking about yesterday's mess while trying to solve today's problem. It drains your working memory. You have less brain power available because it's still buffering old files. It kills creative flow. You can't go deep if your brain is stuck in shallow cleanup mode. And worst of all, you usually don't notice it. You just feel off, like focus isn't clicking. So you blame the nearest thing: your phone, your sleep, your motivation. But it's none of that. It's residue. Where does mental residue come from? Here's what builds it up the fastest: unfinished tasks, even small ones, unsent messages, avoided decisions, emotional tension, context switching, loose ends you're saving for later. Each one adds a tab in your brain. And unlike a browser, you can't see how many are open. You just feel cluttered. Okay, but how do you clear it? It's actually simpler than you think, but it takes intention. Here's how to wipe the mental whiteboard and reset your brain's bandwidth. 1. Do a brain dump. Once a day, preferably in the evening or right before deep work. Take 5 minutes. Write down everything that's looping in your head, stuff you need to do, conversations you're replaying, decisions you're avoiding, tiny annoying tasks you keep snoozing. Get it all out without organizing or filtering. This is not a to-do list. It's a mental detox. Your brain needs to see that something else is holding the info. Once it knows it's on paper, it can let go. 2. Finish the unfinished. You don't need to do everything, but you need to close loops. That might mean sending the 2-line reply you've been putting off, deleting the tab you know you won't read, making the decision you've been circling around for days. Every loop you close frees up mental RAM. It's small stuff, but it stacks up fast. 3. Practice one-tab mode. Stop trying to do everything at once. When you start a task, ask yourself, is there anything else my brain is still holding on to? Then either write it down or resolve it. Don't let it come with you. One brain, one table, no ghosts. 5. Protect your transitions. The space between tasks is where most residue builds up. When you jump straight from one thing to another, meeting, email, deep work, gym, your brain doesn't get a chance to reset. So start using 2-minute resets between things. Close all tabs, stand up, breathe. Name what you're doing next. Even 90 seconds of intentional transition can clean up leftover thoughts. 5. Build a mental shutdown routine. At the end of your day, don't just stop working. Shut down properly. Review what you finished. List what's next. Note anything still open. Physically close your laptop or work apps. It signals to your brain, this part is done. You don't have to keep thinking about it. If you don't shut it down, your brain keeps spinning all night, and good luck focusing tomorrow. Sixth, handle emotional residue too. Not all residue is task-based. Sometimes it's emotional. You had an argument. You got rejected. You feel behind. And instead of processing that, you just shove it into a dark corner and keep grinding. Spoiler, your brain doesn't forget. It just keeps checking on that wound in the background. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is feel something you've been avoiding. Say it, write it, move through it. Don't let emotions backlog into noise. Final thoughts. You're not broken. Your phone didn't ruin your brain. You don't need more hustle, more hours, or more motivation. You just need less residue. Because focus isn't about willpower. It's about having nothing in the way. Clear your mind like you clear your desk. Not once, not perfectly, but consistently. Because productivity isn't about doing more. It's about being free enough to do what matters. Without static in your head. Start small, close one loop, shut down one thought, protect one block of real, undistracted work. Your brain will feel it, your results will show it, and that endless feeling of being behind, it'll finally start to fade. Subscribe if you're done blaming your phone and ready to reclaim your clarity.